guys, welcome to this Wednesday edition of the show where I report on the latest in gaming news. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you just gently click the like button. Don't smack the like button today, just click it, and that's if you enjoy today's video. Anyway, yeah, now let's jump into the gaming news. Now, first news report of the day is that today the Call of Duty Ghosts embargo has been lifted. Technically, it was last night or in the early hours of this morning. It's really confusing when time zones play a part in all this. But yeah, it's basically today. Now, basically what this means is that for the people that had the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version of Ghosts, they can now finally put their reviews up and their comparison videos and all that kind of stuff up. Which means to us that we can finally see comparisons side by side of the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versions of Ghosts. So as you guys can see in this image, you can't really tell the difference on a YouTube video, so I have linked it down below. But what I'm going to talk about today is the comparison with the 720p upscaled to 1080p on the Xbox One and the 1080p native image on the PlayStation 4. As you guys may have heard already, a lot of people have been talking about the resolution issues on the Xbox One and then the frame rate issues on the PlayStation 4. I've kind of reported on both of these things. I've kind of tried to stay away because people are like, oh, dope, 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 in the comments. You know, they get really angry because they could only get one console and they have to side on that console. You know, they have to fight for their console, you know, like, I love PlayStation or I love Xbox. I don't know why people do it, but they do it for some reason. I try to stay neutral because I'm getting both consoles, but let's get into this thing. With games like Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts, you're gonna notice a few differences. Both of these games run on the Xbox One at 720p and then it's upscaled to 1080p. Then on the PlayStation side, with the PlayStation 4, it's running at 1080p native, so it's not being upscaled, it's just 1080p, so it's a better resolution. But the downside with the PlayStation 4 versions is that sometimes they have frame rate drops. Instead of running a game like Call of Duty Ghosts at 60 frames per second, the PlayStation 4 version runs it at 60 frames per second and sometimes drops down to 30 frames per second. So that's kind of the PlayStation 4's downside. However, the Xbox One also has a downside, and we mentioned this earlier. And that downside is that it's running at 720p and being upscaled to 1080p. So the PlayStation 4 has a better resolution, but it doesn't run it at a constant frame rate of 60 frames per second. However, the Xbox One has a lower resolution and runs at a constant rate of 60 frames per second. It doesn't have frame rate drops like the PlayStation 4 version. So what you're hearing from me is not my opinion, it's actual technical fact, and it's that both have their upsides and both have their downsides. Now, this isn't just for Call of Duty Ghosts or Battlefield, it's for a few games. Also, this is probably just for the first 12 months of these consoles being released. In the future, we'll probably see them both running new games at 1080p and both at 60 frames per second. The reason for both consoles having their slight issues right now is because they're trying to compete for current gen and next gen. So what you're seeing right now is games that are being made for next gen and still trying to work in current gen. Or you're seeing the reverse of that where they're porting from current gen to next gen. So yeah, both consoles have their issues, both consoles have their upsides. I'm gonna get both. Let me know what you're gonna be getting in the comments down below. But anyway, let's move on to some sad news.
Sad news! What the fuck?
So I just spent a few minutes talking about the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One both having their issues and both having their upsides. But one thing they're both gonna have in common is that they'll both not be able to run the Oculus Rift. Yes, the inventor of the Oculus Rift has stated that the next-gen consoles like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are too limited for the Oculus Rift and its support. Now, if you don't know, the Oculus Rift is pretty damn awesome. I tried one at the EB Games Expo and my mind was kinda blown. And the thing is, it was running on a PC, obviously, and I was thinking maybe, just maybe, the VR headset could be coming to next-gen consoles. Well, there still is a slight possibility, but thanks to this guy's words today, we won't be seeing one for a while. But yeah, I guess that's the sad news today, and yeah, that's the sad news. Anyway, now let's move on to the big news.
Big news!
So first up on the big news today is news about the Ouya. Yeah, remember that console, that miniature little console thing? Well, it's back in the news because the Ouya interface will be getting an upgrade later this month. I'm not sure how many of you guys do have this console, but it is a pretty little cool Android-based micro console. If you have a Samsung Galaxy or something like that, you may as well try and get one of these. That's if you have the extra money lying around while next gen's coming out. I don't know why you would, but yeah. So yeah, the Ouya is getting a facelift later this month, but that's not our big news today. Well, it is, but it's not our major big news because our major big news is about the Xbox One and Xbox Snap. Because as most of you already know, the Xbox One has a feature called the Xbox Snap. It's part of the user interface and it's actually pretty damn awesome. Here's how it actually works.
It's achievements, games they're playing, or if they uploaded some videos. All right there, and if I want to go back to the game, double tap the controller, and I'm racing while I'm watching the activity feed. Xbox, Snap TV. right, and then we'll pop back. And there I am, watching ESPN while I'm racing Forza Motorsport 5. So you can imagine you can keep track of the NCAAs or your favorite team and race your car. Two things at once. Pretty fantastic.
So yeah, that's actually pretty damn cool. I know most of you guys are probably not going to use this, but it is a pretty nice little feature that they've added to the console. Personally, I'm actually going to probably use it quite a lot because I do watch quite a lot of TV while gaming. Well, not television like comedy TV shows or something like that, but a lot of sports. I know I sound like the guy in the presentation, like sports, television. But I am actually a big New York Knicks fan. Hell, I'm even wearing a jersey right now. And yeah, I watch my Knicks pretty much every single day when they play, and this will be a pretty damn cool feature. On top of that, you can check your tweets and things like that. So for someone like me, I can constantly see my tweets on the side while I'm playing the game. And with the new followers feature on Xbox Live, I think this will be really cool because I'll be able to see people that are like, hey champ, can I play with you online right now? And that way I'll see people constantly streaming down the side asking for an invite or something like that. And that way I can invite my subscribers like you guys, and that would be pretty damn cool. Anyway, if you do want to check out the full Xbox Snap video, you can check it out down below. But yeah, Gorilla Man is here with his question now. Thanks, Gorilla Man. Okay, guys, the question is, what is your favorite new next-gen gaming feature? So put your answer down below in the comment section and put it up on the next show. Enjoy today's video. Make sure you smack the like button because I'm ChampChong. Wax is telling you how the answer to Gorilla Man's previous question.